Hey everyone, it's MProductions Gaming here, and welcome to an all-new episode of Pirate This Mini. In today's episode, we'll be talking about quite an interesting game known as the Smurfs Dance Party for the Nintendo Wii. This game's method of anti-piracy isn't anything near interesting as the games I've showcased in previous episodes, and that is because the way the game stops pirates from playing their game is by simply using a black screen. But not just any black screen, a black screen with words on it. The words in question simply say Metafortress Response. This sophisticated style of anti-piracy was actually created by a software security corporation called Metaphoric. Their services range from providing protection to OSs, computer and mobile applications from the likes of hackers and viruses, to, of course, protecting video game software from being compromised and pirated. In terms of games, they mainly focus on providing game developers anti-piracy measures against the rampant use of R4 flashcards people utilize to play pirated Nintendo DS games. However, Metaphoric has provided the same services for console games as well, such as Kirby's Return to Dreamland, and of course, the Smurfs Dance Party. Nowadays, if you search up Metaphoric online, you'll most likely find many of your search results to be related to another company known as Inside Secure. This is because Inside Secure acquired Metaphoric back in April of 2014. However, at the time of the Smurfs release, Metaphoric was still its own entity. I chose to mention this tidbit of information in case any of you who are watching this felt curious enough to look up Metaphoric's repertoire in the future. Anyways, so how does this game detect that you're playing a pirated copy? Before I go on to answer that question, I should first explain what the term iOS is, so that those of you watching this video who aren't very familiar with this term can follow along. For those of you who already have at least a well enough understanding of this term, can skip ahead to the timestamp on screen. The acronym iOS stands for Internal Operating Systems. The reason why the S in iOS stands for systems, plural, is because the Nintendo Wii utilizes 256 different systems, or iOS slots, to perform various tasks such as displaying menus and booting up applications on the Wii menu home screen. Games can also utilize iOSs by telling the Wii which one it wants to use. This means that there are a number of different iOS slots available for games to choose to boot up from, based on how the game developers programmed it. There are, of course, more things to discuss about iOSs, such as how hackers take advantage of the fact that the Wii doesn't use all 256 iOSs, and that one of the ways hackers take advantage is by installing what's known as customized iOSs, and so on and so forth, but then that would make this video go off on a tangent. I only want to mention the most relevant information you need to know to understand what the Smurfs game is doing to identify pirated copies. So if you want to know more information on iOSs, I'll be linking both my sources used and any coherent videos or articles that thoroughly explain this topic in the description down below. The problem for pirates at the time of this game's release is that most homebrew software created to load Wii games off of USB flash drives set games to load through iOSs such as 57, 58, or 59 by default. This was done so that games would load off of a USB 2.0 interface instead of a USB 1.1 interface. This would result in faster boot up times for the game when loading it off of a USB stick. Loading a game off of any of these iOSs will also lock out the USB 1.1 interface. Within the Smurfs coding, it was programmed to check for and boot itself up through the USB 1.1 interface through iOS 56 or lower on your Wii console. This will trigger the game's anti-piracy, as the game is now unable to access the Wii's USB 1.1 interface. And finally, it all results in the Metafortress screen you see here. In order to avoid this scenario, pirates had no choice but to boot up the game through a lower numbered iOS slot, such as iOS 56 as mentioned earlier. And with that, this wraps up all the Smurfs has to offer in terms of anti-piracy protection. This video couldn't have been possible without the info I gathered from various sources that dabble extensively into the Nintendo Wii's infrastructure. Their links will be in the description down below for those interested. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode.